Do you stare at your photos and wonder where to start your scrapbook layout and how to pick colors based off these photos to create your scrapbook layout? Hi, I'm Amanda Farlinger with From Where I Stamp, and I help women tell their story and capture memories through scrapbooking. So tune in, sit with me, and we're going to be creative today and make this scrapbook layout. So I have these photos that we took the day we brought Flynn home. So this is like a year and a half-ish ago, and he is not that tiny anymore. He is a lot bigger. But these are 2 photos. I have 3 more that I've already made on another layout, so you'll have an idea for a double page spread here. But I was trying to figure out, because I wanted to use June's paper pumpkin kit. So it was painted petals was the July paper pumpkin kit. I'm a month behind. So I wanted to use that kit, but I wanted to figure out what paper to use for the base. So I pulled out the photos and went, well, doesn't quite work. Like, this is a bunch of bright colors. I'm like, let's see if I can make this work. And I really love how the one page turned out. So I'm really looking forward to the second page. So the first thing is to find paper. So I pulled out this paper, and I've now forgotten which one it is. It's country something. Country Woods 12 by 12 designer series paper. So I went through and I took photos and I went, well, the green pillow doesn't look the greatest on blue. This one's okay, especially with Griffin with his brown. Like, that's not too bad. And I like the white on this one. Okay, that's not too bad either. No, not going to be that one. And then this one here, and of course it wasn't going to be that one either. I don't like the blue. I'm going to say bluebird color. And I'm like, that's too stark. It doesn't add any of the homey welcome home type deal. So what I decided to do was the photos, I chose the blue and chose this brown. So it would be a 2-page, move that. You can kind of see a 2-page spread. So these will go here, and these 3 pictures here. So this page I created and showed how to make it over on Instagram. So a lot of these elements, we're going to use some of them on the opposite page, and we have like this cascade of embellishments through here. All right, so I'm just going to set that off to the side for now. So once I've chosen my designer paper, what do you do next for color? So you could pull the colors right here out of the pack of paper. So we have basic beige, basic gray, crumb cake, early espresso, gray granite, misty moonlight, pecan pie, petal pink, pool party, smoky slate, and wild wheat in this pack of paper. So I've chosen my 2 designs, and I knew I wanted to use this paper pumpkin kit. So in the paper pumpkin kit, so when I open it up, this sheet here also has the colors that are in the kit. So let's see, there was gray granite and a pretty pink, which is a little bit different than petal. I think it was petal pink. Yeah. But gray granite was in both. I'm like, well, that should be able to work. And the blue was, no, the blue wasn't in this one. Okay. So this is the cards that you can make with the July paper pumpkin kit. But we're going to change things up a little bit. So we do want these embellishments. So in each paper pumpkin kit, you receive everything needed to create these, except for a block. You'll get a Stampin' a paper pumpkin block in your first kit. So that's what this is. I prefer same size block, but thicker, the block D that you can buy. I prefer these because these ones are a little bit harder on the fingers, I find. And they have some adhesive pieces and dimensionals in here for you as well. You do get an ink spot, gray granite. I am going to use my full-size pad and leave this for another day. You have a stamp set, which they include the image sheet, so we're going to use some of that. And then I've grabbed different pieces off of So this is used for some of the cards. And then I've used some of these to stamp on. So they're like die cut words. And then I've pulled out, let's see, what was it? So we have these envelopes. So I've pulled out the envelopes and we have card bases. So I've used a couple, oh yeah, and then these, let's see if I can get it out of here. Really cool die cut flower shapes. So I started with these and I figured the pink was too much with the colors I chose. So Calypso Coral, and this has gray granite in it along with the other colors. So I picked out this card base. It's Old Olive and Mossy Meadow, and pulled this out and pulled one of those and put them together. So now I have this little interesting piece, and I've put some dimensionals on the back of it so it creates that little extra look to it. And then on the envelope, here's the envelope I wanted to show. So I kept this piece and cut a bunch of those leaves out, and I'll show the dies in a minute. And I grabbed an envelope. Another one of those, yeah. So I grabbed an envelope here, 2 of these, and fussy cut around these flowers. And then on this one here, I used the green to cut out some leaves. So we're going to do that here in just a minute. Put some of these things back in here. Move them out of my way. All right. So all of these leaves were cut out of the card, and I have some more leaves off to the side. Here's this cut out of that envelope, and this is cut out of the envelope. And so are, I think these 2 pieces are cut out of one of these die cuts. So I was trying to stretch the pieces in the kit and added some gray granite, just a little strip of 8.5, or so it's 11 inches by 1. There's a piece of Mossy Meadow down here and a piece of Old Olive up here. And I haven't added that to this layout. This one's going to be a little bit simpler. Well, maybe not simpler, but, and then there's one of the sentiments I've already stamped. All right, so what I want to make sure for this layout, because I have it kind of going, not kind of, but going into another layout, I want to make sure, sorry, there's a glare on that one photo, on 2 of them. There we go. So I want to put this one, I'll make sure this has enough room. So we're going to put some glue, just a little bit of the liquid adhesive on the back. And I've just used basic white as my base. And we're going to put this at an angle right about here. And these photos are, I think, 3.5 by 5. And this one's 4 by 6. So I want the ends to kind of above and below. And then this is going to go here. So then it looks like this. And then I'll have enough room for this here. And then we'll do another cascade of, so we have one here and one here. You could put it up here if you wanted, but I figured if the bottom was kind of similar, that would make it a balanced layout. All right, so now knock the glue over and take off the backing of dimensionals so we can put this layout together and then do some die cutting and some stamping. All right, so I don't want to cover up Flynn's tail and I don't want to cover up Griffin's head, but I want to kind of tuck that other photo behind it. And then we're just going to glue this. The nice thing about using kits is, especially the paper pumpkin kits, not only are you a little bit surprised about what's coming, sometimes you can buy refills or full kits after if you've missed one. So you can skip a paper pumpkin kit. It is a subscription-based service. So you'd sign up and every month you would receive a kit until you say no. You can pause a month. You can cancel outright. Just depends on what you'd like to do. Okay, so, and then this is we're going to put a bunch of these leaves. So we need to cut out some leaves before we do too much here. So I have, let's move this out of the way. So I have the mini Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, and Stampin' Up! Has brought out dies that coordinate with 3 months of Paper Pumpkin kits. Now, the July kit is no longer available, but I know there's supposed to be like one of these is supposed to coordinate with a certain month. So I think this is July because there's the stamp set. This is August, and this is September. So if you're watching this after I've posted this video, right now we're in the September Paper Pumpkin window. So from August 11th to September 10th is the sign-up window. You do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to purchase these. And they're $16.50 Canadian. And, oops, I stuck it to, I took the backing off some of them. So I want to make sure not to use up this because I want to save it maybe for another layout. So I want to make sure not to cut. I think I'm going to do 2.5. Yep. Just trim that off because this is only 3.5 inches wide. If you have the larger one, which I do, but this is a little bit easier to move around. If you have the larger one, then you could use that for die cutting your envelope, and then you wouldn't need to cut down your pieces. So then this is just some of this adhesive sheets, and you just pull it off. You cut to size. I just use scissors. You can use your trimmer if you wanted, and use a bone folder to adhere that to the paper. Where's my, there it is. And then we have our platform and 2 cutting plates. And then we're going to put our leaf down here, sandwich it between the 2 plates, and push it through, roll it through, I should say, not push. I forgot to get out my little die brush. No, it doesn't want to come out. There we go. So in that way we can just pull it out, and we'll pull off the backing to stick that right onto our layout. So let's do one more. I think I have enough leaves, but I'm not entirely sure if I do. So one more is not going to be a waste. I can always put this in the box and save it for next time. And a tip for you for storing your dies for Paper Pumpkin, I like to put them in a stamp case. Why won't you come out? There we go. Clean that out later. One, I like using the adhesive-backed magnetic sheets. I bought them on Amazon, and then I just glue that right into this because the dies come taped in, and I hate pulling them off the tape each time. And then I have an extra stamp case, which I've written just on a clear sticky note and stuck inside because there's a little sleeve on the outside. And I haven't done it yet for these, the Every Celebration dies, but for the other ones, I should have wrote which ones were which. So this is the Love of Spring dies. That was for January to March. And then this is Thanks and Beyond, and that was for April to June of 2024. They're still available, but you do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to purchase them. So then I've just put those in here, and then they slide in right where my stamps go in my drawer. Okay. Fold that up out of the way. All right, so we're going to put some glue on here. And then tuck these flowers under here. Maybe not. Where's take my pick tool? Take your pick tool. So we'll just use that to lift it up. It's always handy to have these tools because then you can use them to lift up. Now, I probably should have put some leaves down before I put this down. So let's put one there. And because it's sticky and I've already taken the back off of them ahead of time, because it's annoying to take them off, it's just easy to stick them down. And we can stick the flowers down because the adhesive is still wet. And then put one there. And put one there. You can have it off the edge if you wanted. That's what I did along the bottom here. And then I just turn the page over and cut from the back side. All right, so then this one here. Can go up here. And then I don't think, which ones had the sticky on the back? This one. So sometimes, depending on how it's cut, you might be able just to pull at it. Other times I found that I had to pull at the stem to break it apart a little bit. Was this one another one? I had 2 or 3 without any adhesive on it. Oh, here's another one. Okay. Maybe I have 3 or 4. That's okay. Okay. Oops. I like the center line, but it makes it harder to put those down sometimes. Okay. So I'm going to put that there. But there is. It's just really hard. I don't know if I can get it right there at the tip. So I'm just pulling that apart to pull the backing off the adhesive. There we go. I don't know if I want to add any more at the moment. So I'm just going to hold off, and then I'll put the other layout beside it to see if I need more. So then we're going to put some glue on the back of these flowers. And this way, using the orangey, the calypso coral flowers, and the daisies together on both pages, ties it all together. Okay, so this one here, I took one of the strips. Where'd they go? Right here. I took one of the strips and I took this stamp right here. See it? Kind of, sort of. And it's just dashes. So I stamped on one end of it. And we're going to use some dimensionals. I've decided not to use the ones that are included in the kit. but it's nice to use those ones in a kit too, or you can save them for later for maybe when you go traveling, then you have some little, you can make up a little kit if you want to do some crafting, scrapbooking while traveling. So what do you think of these colors? So the products listed, or the products used on these layouts, will be listed below for you to have a look at, and a link to Paper Pumpkin. I have a blog post that has all the details about Paper Pumpkin and the prices. You can sign up to receive them monthly, or you can prepay your subscription for 1, 3, 6, or 12 months. And the longer subscription, the longer prepaid, you receive a better price on them. So I'll have that link in the description below as well. And then for each month, I'll share a video on how to create a scrapbook layout using the Paper Pumpkin kits. So that way you can tune in and we can scrapbook together, and I can show you how I'm using these kits to scrapbook. And I also like using these for my paper planner. So especially if I love a kit, like the, was it February, I think, was Lilacs, and it was just gorgeous. So I've loved using it for my planner. Okay. So I think I'll leave it there because there's a break here. So there's going to be a break there as well. And then we're going to add some of these embellishments. So these little, I don't know what to call them. I want to say sequins. So we're going to pop some of these around. And I'll probably add some journaling at some point. I probably should have put a leaf over that, but no one's really going to notice. So I'll put some journaling in here. I probably will put it either up here or here. Or I might even just put it here and just put the date and say, welcome home, Flynn. So I picked stamps out of the kit, Let's Celebrate You, I'm So Lucky to Have You in My Life. Those two seem the best sentiments out of this kit for this layout. Okay, one more little sequin. We'll put it down there. All right. So there is a 2-page spread with 6 photos using the, already lost the name of it, Country Woods 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. And I love the wood panel designs in there, along with the July Paper Pumpkin kit. So I'm signed up for the August kit. The August kit is like a birthday one, and it has, I think, a bonus stamp set in it. So it might, if you didn't sign up for it, make sure to check back on the store after the 20th of August to see if maybe the kit, the full kit, or even the refill is available. And also, if you'd like to receive the September kit, which will be fall inspired, I'm looking forward to these colors, Autumn Abundance. So that one, starting August 11th to September 10th, if you sign up to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, then you'd receive that kit. All right, so I look forward to chatting with you next week to make another scrapbook layout. Happy crafting.